Everyone who wears a mask has a reason to fight it. Whatever your reason, get behind the mask.
.27 to go in the first half. UNCW leads at 23-10, putting that pressure on Marty and coming up with a couple of steals here in the first break.
Yeah, Mike, 11 points now off of turnovers. Seahawks up 13, 75% from the floor, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc.
So enough concern for Eric Cedars to call that timeout. Let's see what transpires here coming out of that. Driving, the layup is blocked by Boggs. A shot there for Pete Green. So UNCW good defense. Pridgeon hands off to Harvey. Man-to-man once again for the Hornets. Harvey whips it near sideline of Sims. Boggs wanted it, guarded by the shorter Pinky Harvey. Oh, Boggs sets a screen, frees up Sims to drive in and bank it in for the right side.
I don't know if we get another look at that a little bit later on. What a great screen by Boggs.
Out front, Robinson controls. Gets a screen from Bennett. Goes left. Pulls up, jump shot is good for Martez Robinson, the freshman from Maryland, scores for the first time. It's 25-12, UNCW up 11:36. Boggs all the way in. It's going to be an offensive foul as he knocks over Wiley this time. So for Boggs, his first and the fourth team foul for UNCW. And here's a Logan Holmes replay.
So take a look at it if you're watching it right here. Watch him rotate over, and then Boggs will come out right here. And that's where, defensively, you've got to have that communication and let him know he got blindsided. Great screen, great execution at the offensive end by UNCW.
Pressure here. Delaware State will break it, get it over the stripe. Robinson will drive in, drops it down low. Too hard off the glass. Deflected shot there by Bennett. Seahawks away with it. Harvey drives it in. Floater too hard. Tipped up to keep it alive by Pridgeon. Pridgeon will bank it in. Boy, just so active on the glass again is Pridgeon, who averages 9 rebounds a game. Back the other way, though. Wiley trying to connect is fouled. And fouled by Pridgeon.
So I don't know if we'll get another look at it, but at the offensive end, in fact, I think we are here with the offensive rebound by Pridgeon down here. Good look from behind. Now watch this. Missed the shot. The ball is actually beyond him. He just tips it back into play so he can get his second time. As you mentioned, great athletic ability, great court awareness.
Joe Quinn, Pinky Wiley at the free throw line. The first free throw is good. First point of the game for Wiley, who averages 13. Preseason third team All-MEAC is Wiley, junior from Chesterfield, Virginia. Next free throw up. This one bounces around and falls through. 27-14, 13-point lead for UNCW. Counting down toward 11 minutes left in the first half. Seahawks have led throughout. We're up 11-0 to start this game. Sims backs it away to Gadsden. A little push up to get some separation. The shot off the mark left side. Wiley tracks it down for Delaware State. Wiley crosses over, drives it in, hangs in the air. Double clutch shot, no good. Trying to get the rebound there was Lucas, but it goes out of bounds, and UNCW will get it right back.
Looks like Harvey's going to check back in.
It's Boggs, Harvey, Pridgeon, Okaru, and Sims, the 5 on the floor for UNCW.
First time we see Del State put a little full court pressure. It's broken.
And the floater for Okaru is good. He had Wiley on his left hip. Nobody came up to step up. Ball knocked away now. Deflected last by UNCW with the Seahawks leading at 29-14. 10:30 left in the first.
We mentioned we thought the Seahawks could be the quicker team. I think they've proven that so far, taking advantage of what matchups are there. And when Delaware State has tried to protect themselves defensively and go into the zone, the Seahawks have hit the perimeter shot and forced them back into man-to-man.
Siamaje Dodd, for the first time in a couple of games, did not play on the road Monday at Campbell University. Getting some minutes here in the first half. Robinson Trying to avoid the trap. Jump pass. Near sideline. They get into the hands of Lucas. Now to Carter. Carter drives in. Deflected shot, no good. Off to Wiley in the right corner. 10 on the shot clock. Wiley goes to the wing. Will take a three. It rims out. Pridgeon the rebound for UNCW. Ahead to Okaru. Boy, he had Dodd there for a moment. Instead, he'll back it away to Sims. Sims' three is no good. Harvey battling for the ball, and a whistle and a foul. Harvey colliding with Lucas. You like the aggression, but a little too much for the freshman that time as Harvey picks up his first.
Just a little out of control. There's the opportunity there, and Harvey will pick up the personal foul.
Under 10 minutes to go in the half. UNCW leads by 15. Both teams with 9 rebounds now. Pridgeon leads the way with 4 for UNCW.
6th team foul for the Seahawks.
And a foul here on Delaware State. That'll be on Janetto, trying to set a screen. His first, Delaware State's 6th foul as well now.
This is the second MEAC team, of course, that UNCW has played in the early going, having coming up with that victory at Norfolk State, 80-72.
Big win on the road on Friday. The lob down low to Dodd. Dodd brings it down and gets fouled going up with it. Ramey Steins has our call from the baseline, and this one's going against Ronald Lucas. The 2nd foul on Lucas, the 17th foul now on the Hornets. And Amon Dodd, who's just 2 for 3 this season, will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Dodd did a good job there just getting the ball. Nice catch because he was not in position to go right up. Secured it, felt the pressure, went up, drew the foul, short on the first free throw. Seahawks now 2 for 3 from the line.
Dodd, a sophomore from Snow Hill, North Carolina. His coach wants to see him be more consistent and play with a lot of toughness to make his way into this lineup a little bit more often than he is right now.
And I think that's going to be really important once you hit league play.
Missed both free throws. Delaware State up with it. Wiley on the far sideline. Wiley to the top of the key now with a dribble on the switch, defended by Dodd. Chesting him up. The shot no good. O'Carroll the rebound. Push ahead to Pridgeon. Pridgeon drives in. Pridgeon knocks over a couple of defenders and has whistled for the personal foul. So Joe Pridgeon's 2nd foul of the first half coming off the bench. He's a lone Seahawk with multiple fouls, and he will come out of this game as Harvey takes his place. So Pridgeon had played well in limited minutes there. 5 points, 4 rebounds, but will likely have to sit with 9:23 to go in the half.
We'll take a quick break as they try to get some of the moisture off the floor. As we mentioned, some unique instances, during dead balls, they changed the basketball out. Obviously, they're trying to keep everyone's health as best as they can. And Mike, you mentioned, I think mentally, if there was a question of how the Seahawks would react coming out of the gate, it's been a positive sign this last game before the break. And as you mentioned, that can really be a trap game, especially for the home team.
29-14, 15-point Seahawk advantage. 9:14 to go in the half. Wiley hangs, scoops, and scores, and gets fouled by Dodd as well. So Pinky Wiley trying to make something happen. 2nd leading scorer on the season for Delaware State. First field goal of the game now for Wiley. On the first foul by Dodd. 29-16, UNCW leads it with 9:13 to go in the half.
So Pinky, one of 3 players on this team from the state of Virginia. And if you're familiar with the state of Delaware, both U of D and Del State, you really have to go out of state when you recruit. Delaware is really not a hotbed for high school basketball. It is for football, but both schools, to be any kind of success, have to recruit out of the area.
Sims, nice move, spinning away on the right block. He's up to 8 points now, 31-17, 8:52 left. Pretty balanced scoring night so far for UNCW. Brugala right side to Wiley on the right wing. UNCW showing a zone for the first time. Carter at the free throw line. Brugala right side. He'll drive in near sideline. fumbling with it, driving as Robinson gets it out. The shot blocked by Okaru, saved by Gadsden, the far sideline, back to Okaru. Then he has it stolen and brought away by Janetto, who comes up limping. Officials will stop play here with 8:22 to go in the half. And Fahim Janetto, sophomore from Ajax, Ontario, Canada, down at the baseline at the Delaware State bench.
Yeah, he went down scrambling for that loose basketball, holding that hip.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a hip pointer. I mean, they can be as painful and as difficult to come back from sometimes as an ankle twist.
And you see him there in the background, that left hip and leg getting worked on. So it stays with Delaware State, 31-17 UNCW, 8:22 to go in the half. Robinson waves everybody down the floor as he is guarded by Okaru. Over the stripe, hands off to Wiley. On the wing, gets it away right side of Carter. Miles Carter, top of the key. Drive, spins, Okaru fell down. The shot short. Got it back, flips it up before coming down on Okaru. Bodies go flying as Zach Kent hits the deck as well, tripping over Okaru. And Keith Fogelman has a call and a foul from the baseline. Foul on Mike Okaru, his second, the team's 9th.
As we take a look at our Logan Holmes replay, there's the defensive stand, a little twist, and then on the back end, going up for the rebound, as you mentioned, falls over Okaru. Mike, it's interesting, this is the second of 11 scheduled home games for the Seahawks, and I think we're seeing a little different rotation. First time through, we saw a lot of combinations. I think the coaching staff is now trying to settle in on different rotations, different combinations. Again, this is the last time they get live action before they head to Philadelphia and Drexel next weekend.
Yeah, only 7 players played Monday at Campbell as Miles Carter hits the front end of a 1-and-1. The tough foul by Okaru, whistled for a foul lying on the ground, but 2 fouls. He's on the bench now. Both free throws good for Carter. 8:03 and counting in the first. UNCW leads at 31-19. The Seahawks 68% shooting and just 29% for Delaware State. Driving in, hanging. Sims' shot short. Rebound brought away by the Hornets. The pitch ahead right side of Robinson. Now to Wiley in the corner. Back to Robinson on the wing. Frugala out front. 3 on the way. Back iron no good. Kent and Dodd battling. The rebound knocked away, and Boggs gave it off to Harvey. Left corner looking for Gadsden, deflected out of bounds by Delaware State. And that's how we'll head to a media timeout here. 7:34 left in the first half. The Seahawks have led throughout. They're up right now 31-19. Again with 7:34 to go. It's UNCW basketball right here on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
Christopher Branco of Oleander Chiropractic wants you to know that you don't have to be a UNCW athlete to be treated like one. Stop by Oleander Chiropractic on Oleander Drive in the Arboretum behind Port City, Java, and you'll get the best care in a safe, comfortable family atmosphere. Dr. Branco has 15 years experience and is the official chiropractic consultant of UNCW Athletics. Oleander Chiropractic is open Monday through Friday with morning and evening appointments available. Most insurance is accepted. For help, tips, and coupons, visit OleanderChiropractic.com. Hampton Inn University and Hampton Inn and Suites Landfall Park are proud UNCW Seahawks sponsors. Award-winning hotels providing rooms, suites, catering, and meeting rooms. Ask for the Seahawks Special. Call 910-509-0005. That's 910-509-0005 or HamptonInn.com and support the Seahawks.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and 1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now get F-150 with up to $11,000 in total savings, including 1,000 trade assist on top of your eligible trade-in. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Randy612 writes, if you like boneless wings, you dirty. Thanks for the input, Ran Man. But B-Dubs completely reinvented their boneless wings. First, they packed them with so much meat, vegans are writing letters, and I've got the meat sweats. Then they marinated them until they're so juicy it doesn't make sense anymore. Hey, poster boy, your basement isn't going anywhere. So get to B-Dubs for the new boneless wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
7:34 left until halftime. UNCW leads 31-19. Mike McCarroll, Marty Pure with you. Our elevated view once again here inside Trask Coliseum. Just a second game as well, Marty. So 9th game played and only the second game at home this season for UNCW.
And give this program credit. This is the only CAA program that has played its entire schedule as originally scheduled.
Sims and the Seahawks have it. Sims on the right wing. Man-to-man for Delaware State. Popping out to defend. Harvey was caught actually in a 2-3 zone here this trip down the floor as Sims drives inside against it and is fouled out front by Martez Robinson. His second and the 8th team foul on Delaware State. So Sims will go to the free throw line where he's gone there quite a bit. 39 trips to the stripe. He's 19 for 39 this season. 56 trips, 42 of 56 from the free throw line.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is I think they're going to call the foul on the floor, be a one-on-one. It was interesting. I thought that was coming out of the timeout. Last couple of times down the floor, Seahawks did a lot of one-on-one. We saw that extra pass coming out of the timeout. I'm sure that was an emphasis. Delaware State, conversely, give the Seahawk defense credit. 1 for their last 9 from the floor.
Defense certainly has been really good as of late for UNCW. Takeo Siddle credited that to his team talking on defense quite a bit, especially when they switch defensively. As the front end of the 1-and-1 is good for Sims.
So the fact that you're playing on the road and at home before empty arenas, there's no excuse not to have good communication, especially at the defensive end. You can't blame it on crowd noise.
Yeah, that is not an excuse this year for sure. In and out from the free throw line, brought away by Delaware State. 32-19. UNCW leads it, 7:10 to go. Pete Green, bounce pass to Frugala, has it out front between the circles, guarded there by Gadsden. Wiley now with the top of the key. Wiley goes left with a dribble, flips it up too hard, Kent bats it out of bounds, and UNCW will get it back off the miss.
So Wiley had the shot, but again, give credit to the defense. Defense reached back, forced the change of shot, leads to the turnover. A chance for the Seahawks to expand this 13-point lead.
Boggs, Gadsden, Dodd, Harvey, and Sims out front, the 5 for UNCW. Sims crosses over, rises at the free throw line. The shot from 15 is no good. Batted out by Dodd, gives it to Gadsden, right side of Harvey. Back to Sims. Sims trying to drive, nowhere to go. Off to Boggs on the left wing. He'll spin, backs it out to Sims. 12 on the shot clock. Dodd sets a screen for Sims, goes right with the dribble, steps through, blocked by Kent, out of bounds. It will stay with UNCW. 3 seconds left on the shot clock here.
So here's where you draw up your play and practice, 3 seconds. Plenty of time to get the ball out to the perimeter. See the screens off the ball. Seahawks inbound to the left side of the basket to our right.
Sims into Harvey, quick jump shot, in and out, and Boggs over the back of Wiley will be whistled for a foul. Or is there a foul before that? Keith Fogelman and Ramey Steins both had a whistle. And trying to determine which one came first. Boggs certainly over the back of Wiley. We'll see which foul is going to take precedent here, and it will be Boggs, his second and the 10th team foul on UNCW. So Wiley will go to the free throw line.
And they are the Hornets, 6 for 6 from the line. One-on-one opportunity here. Again, as you mentioned, the 10th team foul. So remember, Delaware State jumped out with 3 team fouls right off the bat. And they're sitting with 8 overall.
Wiley at the stripe, and the first of 2 free throws is good. He's a perfect 4 for 4 so far from the free throw line. 32-20, a 12-point Seahawk lead. 6:17 to go with one more free throw coming up for Wiley.
Shoots almost 92% from the stripe. That certainly helps the percentage a little bit.
32-21. Closest Delaware State's been in a little while.
Seahawks just have lost a lot of that offensive rhythm right now. See if they can pick it up.
Gets a screen, Sims does from Dodd. Drives it right into the corner to Harvey. Harvey, nowhere to penetrate, backs it away to Sims. Into the hands now of Gadsden. Gadsden drives it in, steps through, floats it up with the left hand. It's no good, but he's fouled by Wiley on the hand. First foul, no, check that. That's going against Miles Carter. So the second foul on Carter, 19 foul, and 2 free throws here for Ty Gadsden.
So we mentioned it's been a little more difficult for the Seahawks at the offensive end, and give Del State a lot of credit with that. I don't think they came out with a lot of energy at the defensive end. They've picked it up a little bit. Those open lanes are now being contested as the first shot goes through.
You had that foul, or the timeout rather, called by Eric Skeeters, and you're right. I think from that point on, they've played a little bit more focused defensively. As Gadsden hits both free throws, 34-21 UNCW. 5:52 to go. Carter over the stripe far sideline, drives it in all the way to the basket. It hangs and gets fouled by Brent Jenkins, who checks in here with some foul trouble. So Jenkins, his first foul, and 2 free throws coming up for Miles Carter.
So Karu, Boggs, Pridgeon, all with 2. Gadsden, Harvey, Jenkins, and Bowen with a single personal foul.
Free throw is good for Miles Carter.
And interesting, for a team, Mike, that we were told Delaware State would look for a lot of shots from the perimeter, they've been driving to the basket today.
Yeah, only 1 of 5 from three-point range as Carter hits both free throws after driving. 34-23 UNCW with the lead. 5:35 to go. They led 11-0. 11 the margin right now. Jenkins on the wing, drives to the free throw line, gets it off to Sims behind him on the wing. Sims drives, spins to the block, stuck, skips it out to Harvey. 8 on the shot clock. Harvey gets a screen from Dodd, goes to the top of the key with a dribble, drives inside and knocked away by Pete Green. Coming up with it is Wiley. Wiley drives in. Wiley flips it off the glass short. Flying in, Harvey gets a rebound for UNCW. The Seahawks get it back going left to right. The lob to Dodd, out to Jenkins, now to Sims. Sims will drive inside, kicks it right side Gadsden, open for a 3, short, and a rebound to Carter. Boxed out Jenkins that time. Miles Carter to the right wing. Reverses hands on the dribble, drives it in too hard off the glass. They're getting the penetration, they're getting to the glass, but missing some bunnies here lately is Delaware State.
Very ragged at both ends of the floor.
Sims to the free throw line, backs it away to Harvey. 4:35 to go in the half. The Seahawks lead by 11. With the ball, Harvey. Stutter dribble, drives in against Kent. Short with it against the 6'10 Kent. Rebound brought away by Omar Pete Green. Drives in, floater with a right hand, no good. And last touch by Pete Green to give it back to UNCW. But you're right, both teams a little ragged right now, and percentages dropping here for both these teams.
So we'll see Pridgeon check in. Harvey checks in as well for the Seahawks. I don't think Takeo is pleased with the last couple of minutes, just how the game is played. Just back and forth, a lot of one-on-one opportunities. Seahawks have passed up a couple open shots for that opportunity to force the drive. You want to close out the half strong. You led by as many as 15.
Right now, 34-23. It's an 11-point lead. Seahawks get it back. Gadsden off to Boggs. And we're back it away with 18 on the shot clock. Driving it in now to the free throw line. Cannot penetrate. Leans in, knocks over 2 defenders, and Boggs picks up his 3rd personal foul.
So if you're UNCW, if you can hit a couple perimeter shots, you're going to force Delaware State out defensively because they haven't guarded well on the perimeter. But right now, all the shots, Mike, how many shots have come from within the paint? I bet 90% the last couple times down the floor, and that's where the shot is being either changed or blocked or an offensive foul.
Now Boggs will have to sit with 3 fouls, 3:54 left in the first half. Frugala straight on 3 for him is too hard, and a whistle on the miss, a foul charge to Ronald Lucas. So check that, it's on, I think on Lucas. Yeah, they said Harvey, but Harvey I don't think was on the floor. Either way, we're at a timeout here. We'll take it with them with 3:48 to go. UNCW leads 34-23. UNCW basketball here on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
As media and advertising continues to evolve, your business advertising needs to evolve with it. Sunrise Broadcasting will help you coordinate between all the different media platforms and deliver a hyper-effective, brand-building, customer-generating program all in one. Sunrise Broadcasting, your one-stop shop for results. For information, call General Manager Valerie Brooks at 910-632-2114. Again, 910-632-2114.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
You can't know someone has COVID-19 just by looking at them. Anyone can get it. But while you can't know who is carrying the virus, you should know that everyone who wears a mask has a reason to fight it. Whatever your reason, get behind the mask.
Kennedy's Real Estate Services wants to help you with your real estate needs. Tim Kennedy has been your friendly neighbor for years, serving New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick counties since 1994. Tim is a full-service broker which can help you find a home or sell your home, management services such as association management as well as long-term rentals. He is also a state-certified appraiser. He's on the web at CANADYRES.com or give him a call at 799-1068.
3:48 to go. We're in the first half. Seahawks up by 11. Again, you see some of the fan cutouts. You can go to uncwsports.com and order one of those and have it in the stands for one of the upcoming games after the holiday break. The ladies will be home January 2nd and 3rd against Drexel here, while the men are in Philadelphia against Drexel on January 2nd and 3rd.
So, Mike, if you're one of the thousands that watch the Coach's Show every Wednesday,
right,
at uncw.com. But Seahawks, 1 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 7 their last couple times down the trip. And Del State, no field goals in the last 5:21. Probably not too many highlights of this little window of the game next Wednesday.
Pridgeon hits both free throws. That foul going into the break was against Lucas for Delaware State. And the Seahawks in the double bonus. So convert there, 36-23, get the ball back on a miss, and Sims has it out front. Chance to get to the break and extend this lead for UNCW. Harvey near sideline Gadsden. Pridgeon wants on the blocks. He'll get it against Wiley. Just drives right past him. The layup is short. Gets his miss. Goes up strong. That's deflected and no good. And Delaware State comes up with it. More rebounds there for Pridgeon. Just could not get the putback. Robinson bounces it near sideline to Wiley. Thinking about a three from some distance, then backs it away. Harvey's on him defensively. Wiley moves it right to the wing. Crosses over, drives it into the paint, nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Robinson, drives the baseline, double team. Now to Wiley in the corner. Wiley's three is good. Pinky Wiley in double figures with 10 and a quick timeout for Takeo Siddle. And he gets on his Seahawks here. Did not like the effort, leaving Wiley right open in the corner. And it's 36-26, just a 10-point Seahawk lead, 10:43 to go. And, well, this is going to be a tough one here today. It's going to be kind of a grinded-out type of game, potentially, Marty, for UNCW. Delaware State, give them credit. They're hanging in there. They haven't had much success this year, but down 10 with 2:43 to go when it was 11-0 to start this game. If you're Eric Skeeters, the head coach for Delaware State, you got to think your kids are doing something right now.
Yeah, as you mentioned, almost after that timeout that he took, you could see he, for lack of a better description, he got in their face and really challenged them at the defensive end. And on the offensive end, Delaware State, when Wiley has the ball, it's a much more fluid half-court game. You know, he leads the attack down the floor, and then he ended up with the field goal that led to the timeout. 10-point margin.
Sims with it over the stripe, hands it off to Harvey. Between the circles, man-to-man defense for Delaware State. Pridgeon once on the blocks. Again, try to work against Wiley. Double team comes, they kick it out to Gadsden. Quickly Harvey. Rotated left side, Sims open for a three, no good, but he's fouled by Pete Green. And we'll get to the free throw line to shoot three.
So didn't make the shot, but that extra pass led to the shot on the perimeter. And Sims will go to the line to shoot three. Again, we mentioned the importance of how this half closes. Do you allow Delaware State to get a good feel going into the break, or do you regain control? First shot is short. And Delaware State played Georgia Tech to within 10 at the break down in Atlanta a little bit earlier this month.
Second free throw is good for Sims. One more coming up. The Sims in double figures. Does that for his 7th time this season, 33rd time in his career here at UNCW. 2:22 left. UNCW's lead back to 11 with one more free throw up and good for Sims. 38-26. Full court pressure. Wiley in the backcourt. Gets it over right side. Avoids a trap. Down low. Into the hands of Janetto. The shot up and in. And it's 38-28 now. A 10-point lead here for UNCW. 2:04 left. Sims, top of the key. Near sideline, Harvey. Backs it away, back in the hands of Sims. Sims straight on three is in and out. And rebound brought away by Robinson.
You can see Delaware State is giving the Seahawks that perimeter shot now until they prove they can make it.
Janetto wanted it down low. They keep on left wing instead of Wiley. 18 on the shot clock for Wiley. Pridgeon trying to face guard him. Frugala right side into the hands of Pete Green. The three is no good. Rebound to Harvey. Ahead to Bowen, but too far ahead. Saved it from going out of bounds, but saved it right to Delaware State. Omar Pete Green brings it down left side with the dribble. The shot is up, and a foul on Harvey will get him to the free throw line and put Harvey in some foul trouble now with his second. So UNCW trying to force the action a little bit too much there. Turnover, the Seahawks now at 8 turnovers actually. More turnovers for UNCW than Delaware State has. They have 7. And the first free throw is no good as we see Brian Tolfree check into the game. Did not play Monday at Campbell. And he'll take the place of Harvey here in this first half.
The Hornets, that's their first miss from the line. They're now 10 of 11. Again, Del State, no field goals. Well, they're 2 of their last 12. No field goals for UNCW now in the last 8 minutes, Mike.
Seahawks lead at 38-29, 1:10 left. UNCW shooting 45% compared to 26% for Delaware State.
I think Takeo will have their attention at halftime. What do you think?
Oh, certainly here. Struggling after a really good start. Now Sims runs into Frugala there to pick up the foul. The first on him, and the Seahawks back to the free throw line. Sims to shoot 2, but UNCW out of sorts a little bit offensively, trying to make something happen. Marty, as you said, no field goals in more than 8 minutes. They're getting to get to the free throw line. Sims trying to convert from the stripe where he's 3 for 5.
I don't know if you can pinpoint an exact moment in this half, but after the lead ballooned to like 15 and it was very comfortable, all of a sudden this game became a series of one-on-one matchups. A lot of drives, no extra passes. And I think that's really allowed Delaware State to stay in this one.
Both free throws good for Sims. 40-29 now, 57.3 seconds until halftime. Robinson for Delaware State brings the ball down the floor right to left. Met at half court by Sims. Moves it near sideline, handoff. Frugala now to Wiley. Wiley drives, drops it down low, and the dunk for Amir Bennett on the feed from Pinky Wiley. 40-31, 33 seconds until halftime.
First time since very early this game was in single digits.
Sims tightly guarded out front. 15 on the shot clock. In the center jump circle. Now Bowen sets a screen. 7-6 on the shot clock. Tolfree drives in, nearly stumbles with it, gives to Pridgeon, left corner three at the shot clock buzzer, knocks it in. 3 seconds left in the half. Long heave here for Delaware State is off the mark. A big three for Pridgeon to give UNCW some momentum heading into the locker room, but a slow, steady pace to the locker room for Takeo Siddle. You can tell he's not quite happy with what he saw in the first half, but he likes this as Pridgeon spots up and knocks in the three. 43-31 the score at halftime. We'll take a break and be back with our Pepsi halftime report after these messages. It's UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
Did you wake up craving a made-from-scratch biscuit topped with tender prime rib and a fried egg? How about now? The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3-pound Angus beef patties. The Monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Hey Seahawk fans, Heath Altman with Alpha Mortgage here. If you're looking to buy a new home, refinance what you currently own, or just have residential mortgage questions about your current home, give me a call at Alpha Mortgage. From the suburbs to downtown to the beach, Alpha Mortgage has all of your mortgage needs covered. And, by the way, go Homes!
Even though we can't have everyone gathered, we found new ways to make each occasion special. We're keeping your gifting experience both safe and personal through Reeds.com, answering all your questions and guiding you to the perfect present, just like we have for over 70 years. Family always finds a way to celebrate life's moments together, no matter what. You won't just shop with confidence at Reeds Jewelers and Reeds.com. You'll feel like family.
All-Star Flags is the Cape Fear source for all of your flag-related needs with high-quality American-made flags and poles. We also specialize in custom flags and banners, including the championship banners hanging within Trask Coliseum. All-Star Flags offers full-service installation on flagpoles, both residential and commercial. Visit our showroom and browse through our selection of U.S., state, military, sports, and international flags. Or check us out online at allstarflags.com. All-Star Flags, quality in every star.
A big three at the end of the half by Joe Pridgeon to give the Seahawks a 12-point lead at the intermission. Mike McCarroll, Marty Fuhr back here with you in Trask Coliseum for the Pepsi halftime report. Delicious, refreshing at Pepsi. Marty, again, a great start for UNCW. They led 11-0. As you said, offensively, they worked the ball around so well to get some good looks at the basket that they knocked in, but not as much as the half progressed for UNCW, and partly why they struggle offensively.
Yeah, Mike, I think 2 numbers jump out at me. One, Seahawks have now turned the ball over 8 times compared to only 7 for Delaware State. And again, Delaware State, remember, their first 5 possessions, 3 were turnovers. But I think the big number that will be addressed at halftime, if I'm reading these stats correct, only 3 total assists on the offensive end for UNCW. To me, that means a lot of one-on-one, and that favors Delaware State.
Yeah, it certainly does in the first half. The Seahawks were off to a scorching start, but right now 47% shooting for UNCW. Delaware State 28% shooting in that first half. And, you like a lot of good things from Joe Pridgeon, though. 10 points, 6 rebounds. Marty looks like he's on his way to maybe his 3rd consecutive double-double coming off the bench in this game, and as someone who's very active inside on the glass.
Yeah, and Mike, early on, and I think there were moments in that first half, I think he's the best athlete on the floor. He's quick, he's aggressive down low. There's a look at the rebound and the opportunity that he just kept the ball alive until he could get the ball under control where he wanted to be. He's been a bright spot. And again, there's that opportunity where double team forced the open shot, and that was just an absolutely huge shot to close the half, to push it to a 12-point game. But I think that 12-point lead in many ways is a little deceiving, not as positive of a half as it looked like when it was 11-zip Seahawks to open this one.
Oleander Chiropractic halftime adjustment. If you're Takeo Siddle right now, what's his biggest concern, his biggest topic of discussion in the locker room?
Well, I really don't think he's got to be pleased with how they're playing the half-court game. We mentioned 3 assists. Good ball movement early, hit some open shots on the perimeter. But then all of a sudden, it almost looked like Delaware State challenged the Seahawks to go one-on-one. UNCW kind of bit the bait a little bit, forced some turnovers in the paint. A lot of shots blocked in the paint. I think you'll see more passing outside and look for that open shot. And, I think that extra pass will be a point of emphasis coming out of the break.
Our Oleander Chiropractic halftime adjustment. Oleander Chiropractic, the UNCW team chiropractor. Request an appointment by calling 910-799-9700. We'll take a break here. When we get back, we'll look around the league, see what else is going on today and coming up as well in CAA teams in action. But here from Trask Coliseum, UNCW leads it by 12, 43-31 your halftime score. UNCW over Delaware State. It's UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Dr. Christopher Branco of Oleander Chiropractic wants you to know that you don't have to be a UNCW athlete to be treated like one. Stop by Oleander Chiropractic on Oleander Drive in the Arboretum behind Port City, Java, and you'll get the best care in a safe, comfortable family atmosphere. Dr. Branco has 15 years experience and is the official chiropractic consultant of UNCW Athletics. Oleander Chiropractic is open Monday through Friday with morning and evening appointments available. Most insurance is accepted. For help, tips, and coupons, visit OleanderChiropractic.com.
Short on cash? Have unwanted gold or silver? Bring it to Pawn USA. We're North Carolina's premier gold and silver buyer since 1980. Pawn USA will give you the best price in town on your gold, silver, or jewelry. You'll also save money on our wide selection of merchandise, including jewelry, electronics, tools, guns, musical instruments, and more. Don't forget, we cash payroll and income tax refund checks and have millions to lend for most items of value. Don't let life get you down. Get the money you need when you need it at Pawn USA, where the customer is always treated like family and the service speaks for itself.
Kennedy's Real Estate Services wants to help you with your real estate needs. Tim Kennedy has been your friendly neighbor for years, serving New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick counties since 1994. Tim is a full-service broker which can help you find a home or sell your home, management services such as association management as well as long-term rentals. He is also a state-certified appraiser. He's on the web at CANADYRES.com or give him a call at 799-1068.
Here is home to Block Party.
And Painter rejects the
rebound and a block by Jacobs. Alley-oops.
Nice crossover in the alley-oop.
And dropping dime.
Behind the back play. Tariq
finds a cutter.
Here here is home to Dagger 3.
Winter with a huge three.
Half-court heat.
Cross half court, long three for Anderson.
And instant classic.
That's a big-time move for a big bucket for Luke Lowy.
CAA Hoops is here.
As a Seahawk family, we believe in a culture of diversity and inclusion among our student athletes, coaches, administrators, and local community. It is our responsibility to use our platform as our voice in promoting an inclusive environment for all aspects of diversity. No matter your differences in race, religion, socioeconomic status, or disability, we stand with you together in unity. As student athletes, we are called to take action through listening, supporting, and fighting for one another. We believe everyone has a unique story that matters and deserves to be heard. We are committed to condemning all forms of discrimination towards our friends, teammates, coaches, and colleagues. UNCW Athletics pledges to hold ourselves accountable to act as leaders in creating a community of inclusiveness. We call on all student athletes across the nation to join us in this campaign in celebrating the uniqueness of our differences. For it is only in strength and numbers our actions will speak the loudest. As one, we will rise through adversity. We will rise through uncertainty. We will rise through the pain and struggle. We will rise by standing with one another. Together, we rise.
(43-31), UNCW leads by 12 at halftime here inside Trask Coliseum. Our Hardy CAA scoreboard now, and only one other game later today. That'll be at 4 o'clock. Towson is at George Mason. In fact, Towson's only played 3 games so far because of pauses by them and opponents as well. So they'll have 3 games coming up before conference play. They host Coppin State on Saturday, and on Tuesday they go to Iona. So that's the next 3 games involving conference opponents, all Towson. And then Saturday, January 2nd, conference season will start. Elon at Northeastern, UNCW's at Drexel, William & Mary at Hofstra, Charleston is at Delaware on Sunday. Those 4 games again, and then also James Madison is at Towson on Sunday, January 3rd, as well as those 2 are the travel partners, so playing 1 game during the first weekend of play. So conference season right around the corner for most teams, including UNCW. Final game of the regular season is here in this one against Delaware State. That's your Hardee's CAA scoreboard. What could possibly be better than Hardee's hot and delicious hand-breaded chicken tenders? How about 10 of them for only $6.99? That's right, Hardee's 10-piece chicken tenders, just $6.99. Seahawks back on the floor. We'll take a break here. Second half action right around the corner in front of, well, not really a standing room only, but some fans here tonight. Real and cardboard ones as well. 43-31 the halftime score. UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
As media and advertising continues to evolve, your business advertising needs to evolve with it. Sunrise Broadcasting will help you coordinate between all the different media platforms and deliver a hyper-effective, brand-building, customer-generating program all in one. Sunrise Broadcasting, your one-stop shop for results. For information, call General Manager Valerie Brooks at 910-632-2114. Again, 910-632-2114.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
You can't know someone has COVID-19 just by looking at them. Anyone can get it. But while you can't know who is carrying the virus, you should know that everyone who wears a mask has a reason to fight it. Whatever your reason, get behind the mask.
Did you wake up craving a made-from-scratch biscuit topped with tender prime rib and a fried egg? How about now? The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3-pound Angus beef patties. The monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. feed your happy.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got two. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip. Get your ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got two. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip.
43-31, UNCW leads by 12. Let's get to our Pond USA halftime stats in the first half for Delaware State. They shoot 28%. They were 9 of 32, 2 of 8, 25% from 3, 11 of 12, 92% from the free throw line for the Hornets. UNCW 47% for the game, 14 of 30, 50%, 4 of 8 from 3, and 73%. 11 of 15 from the free throw line. The rebound story, UNCW out-rebounded Delaware State 22-19, and the turnovers 8 for UNCW and 7 for Delaware State. The Seahawks with 11 points off of those, and the Hornets with 9 points off the UNCW turnovers in the first half. With 6 convenient locations across southeastern North Carolina, it's easy to buy, sell, or obtain a cash loan. Find the Pond USA closest to you at pondusa.net. Sherwin-Williams points in the paint here for this one, and the Seahawks the slight edge there. 12-10 is the difference, a +2 for UNCW points in the paint. Your local Sherwin-Williams paint store has quality paint, paint supplies, and stains to bring your ideas to life. Painting questions? Ask Sherwin-Williams. Again, Mike and Marty with you on Flow Sports. Watching us, if you're listening to us, it's The Breeze, W240 AS Wilmington, WKXB HD2 Boiling Spring Lakes. Glad to have you with us here right before the holiday, Marty, and the Seahawks, again, they want to head out the door with a victory for sure, try to push the record to 6-3 and continue to build momentum heading to that first conference weekend in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and Mike, you mentioned points from the paint. I think the opportunity is there for this Seahawks team to get the ball in the paint and then kick it out for that open shot and make Delaware State, defend that perimeter. Seahawks will be on defense first as we open the second 20 minutes of play. They got off to that quick start to open the game. Let's see how the Seahawks react in the first 5 of the second half.
Wiley has it out front. Bounce pass near sideline. They work it down low. Into the hands of Balcom. Turnaround jump shot too hard. Tipped a couple of times. Harvey comes up with it for UNCW. Seahawks going right to left. It's Harvey, Sims, Okaru, Boggs, and Gadsden, the 5 on the floor that started the first half. Okaru on the near sideline, sitting for a while with 2 personal fouls and a kick ball here by the defense. We'll set the shot clock to 20 seconds. Seahawks maintain possession.
Again, one of the differences we've seen here since the first 5 minutes, Del State coming out a lot more defensively, contesting that open shot from the perimeter, but the shots are there.
Harvey gets it, stumbling, able to keep his dribble alive, gives it off now to Okaru. Near sideline, Gadsden, quick 3 from the corner, good, and he's fouled by Wiley as well. A chance at a 4-point play here for Ty Gadsden and the Seahawks.
Well, good ball movement there. Again, a look at your replay, our Logan Holmes replay, and an opportunity here. Again, the drive, they react, kick it to the open shot, and Gadsden with the chance for a 4-point play. Of course, Delaware State from the state capital of Delaware in Dover. Dover also home to the Dover Air Force Base and hosts 2 NASCAR races each year.
One free throw good there for Gadsden as he knocks that in and makes it a 4-point trip for UNCW, up 47-31. Wiley in the right corner, down low, trying to get that ball up off the glass. Bennett too hard, gets his miss. Actually, it's Lucas, and it's going to be a held ball, and UNCW gets it.
Get the ball in the paint and then kick it out for that open shot and make Delaware State, defend that perimeter. Seahawks will be on defense first as we open the second 20 minutes of play. They got off to that quick start to open the game. Let's see how the Seahawks react in the first 5 of the second half.
Wiley has it out front. Bounce pass near sideline. They work it down low. Into the hands of Balcom. Turnaround jump shot too hard. Tipped a couple of times. Harvey comes up with it for UNCW. Seahawks going right to left. It's Harvey, Sims, Okaru, Boggs, and Gadsden, the 5 on the floor that started the first half. Okaru on the near sideline, sitting for a while with 2 personal fouls and a kick ball here by the defense. We'll set the shot clock to 20 seconds. Seahawks maintain possession.
Again, one of the differences we've seen here since the first 5 minutes, Del State coming out a lot more defensively, contesting that open shot from the perimeter, but the shots are there.
Harvey gets it, stumbling, able to keep his dribble alive. Gives it off now to Okaru. Near sideline, Gadsden, quick 3 from the corner. Good, and he's fouled by Wiley as well. A chance at a 4-point play here for Ty Gadsden and the Seahawks.
Well, good ball movement there. Again, a look at your replay, our Logan Holmes replay, and an opportunity here. Again, the drive, they react, kick it to the open shot, and Gadsden with the chance for a 4-point play. Of course, Delaware State from the state capital of Delaware in Dover. Dover also home to the Dover Air Force Base and hosts 2 NASCAR races each year.
One free throw good there for Gadsden as he knocks that in and makes it a 4-point trip for UNCW, up 47-31. Wiley in the right corner, down low, trying to get that ball up off the glass. Bennett too hard, gets his miss. Actually, it's Lucas, and it's going to be a held ball, and UNCW gets it on the change of possession. Yeah, you mentioned Delaware State, founded May 15th, 1891. It became Delaware State University back July 1st, 1993.
And Mike, much like they had to do here in the state of North Carolina with football, the legislature had to get involved in Delaware about 10 years ago to have Delaware State and U of D schedule each other in basketball and in football. Again, an opportunity here.
Yeah, Gadsden another 3. Doesn't make it this time, but gets fouled once again. This time it's Amir Bennett picking up his first and the second on Delaware State. And Gadsden right back to the free throw line as we'll get a look at it. So early on, Marty, you're seeing the ball movement much better so far, early stages of this half. They got an assist on the last 3 that was made by Gadsden, and this time frees him up for a chance to get to the free throw line where he makes the first.
Yeah, that little skip pass is there. I mean, the defense has been slow reacting, and the shots have been open on the perimeter, much like they started the game. The Seahawks have now pushed it out to a 18-point lead. An opportunity for the biggest lead of the night, and there it is.
So Gadsden hits all 3. UNCW leads it 50-31, 18:50 to go in the second half. Wiley tightly contested there by Gadsden on his right hip. Sets it up, backs it away to Lucas, top of the offense. To the hands of Robinson, looking down low, and a bounce pass to Bennett. Bennett drives it and stumbles. And it's going to be some contact by Harvey that will whistle him for his 3rd personal foul and UNCW's first of this second half.
So we talked about the offensive adjustment for UNCW. Defensively, I would think coming out of the break, you're saying make Wiley work to get the ball because it's a totally different half-court set for the Hornets when Wiley's not in control. Just deny him or make it difficult for him to have that open lane.
Baseline left, Robinson trying to get it in. He does so to Lucas, and he hands off now to Miles Carter. Carter off the bench. Gets a screen from Bennett. Goes right with the dribble. Out front now to Bennett with 8 on the shot clock. Down low, knocked away by Harvey. Ball loose, diving on it was Lucas. And it's going to be a held ball again, I believe, or a timeout granted by Delaware State. So Wiley calls a timeout. That'll keep it with the Hornets and bring us to our Reed's Jewelers timeout. 18-18 left, second half. UNCW on a 7-0 run to start this half. They lead it 50-31. It's UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
Christopher Branco of Oleander Chiropractic wants you to know that you don't have to be a UNCW athlete to be treated like one. Stop by Oleander Chiropractic on Oleander Drive in the Arboretum behind Port City, Java, and you'll get the best care in a safe, comfortable family atmosphere. Dr. Branco has 15 years experience and is the official chiropractic consultant of UNCW Athletics. Oleander Chiropractic is open Monday through Friday with morning and evening appointments available. Most insurance is accepted. For help, tips, and coupons, visit Oleander Chiropractic OleAnderChiropractic.com.
From sporty SUVs to rugged and dependable trucks, the Ford lineup has something for everyone, and Capital Ford makes it easy to find the right one for you. Shop online at CapitalFordOfWilmington.com. That's CapitalFordOfWilmington.com, where you'll find over 2,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. You can fill out a finance application, get a quote for your trade, and even complete your purchase completely online. Or come see us on Oleander Drive. And remember, if you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
All-Star Flags is the Cape Fear source for all of your flag-related needs with high-quality American-made flags and poles. We also specialize in custom flags and banners, including the championship banners hanging within Trask Coliseum. All-Star Flags offers full-service installation on flagpoles, both residential and commercial. Visit our showroom and browse through our selection of U.S., state, military, sports, and international flags. Or check us out online at allstarflags.com. All-Star Flags, quality in every star.
Ball out of the timeout, and they turn it over on the inbounds play. So almost a wasted time out there if you're the Hornets. 50-31 the score. UNCW leads it with 18:15 left in the second half.
So if you take the first 6 minutes, 3 of the first half, 3 here of the second half, Seahawks up 18-zip.
Gadsden 3 right side is short this time. Wiley the rebound for Delaware State. Dribbles to the right wing at the sideline of Carter. Out front, Robinson, bounce pass off to Lucas. Lucas drives, spin stripped by Gadsden. Seahawks some numbers here. Gadsden down the middle of the floor, bounce pass right side of Harvey, and that's stripped away by Bennett. It'll stay with the UNCW. The quick hands of Ty Gadsden comes up with the steal, the third for UNCW.
The smart play is Gadsden slowed up and allowed the wingman to actually get ahead of him a little bit to allow that pass.
Gadsden drives in. The shot no good. Tipped around a couple of times loose, and now Carter is fouled by Harvey trying to come up and get that loose ball. That's going to be the fourth personal foul on Jamari Harvey, his second of the half, and quickly Pridgeon to the scorer's table to check in.
So Harvey got the start today, but his time has been limited due to personal fouls again. Loose ball on the floor. And that already is that's the first team foul here in the second half.
Robinson out front. Near sideline of Kent, lobbing it down low. And smothered is Chris Smith, who gets fouled going up for the shot attempt. And a foul charge to Sims, the first on Sims, and the third team foul on UNCW in the half.
Boy, the Hornets are not even looking for that perimeter shot. They get an open look, and they're just looking to dump the ball down into the paint. In this case, it led to a foul. It's almost like the Seahawks are in position to pack it in and force Del State to make a couple of those open perimeter shots.
Smith too hard with the first freshman from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Playing in his third game this season. This is the fourth game, just the fourth game for Delaware State. They've had their starts and stops as well with them and opponents. Missed them both. This time rebound brought away by Boggs. 50-31, UNCW leads by 19, 17 left in the second half. Okaru to Gadsden, now to Sims out front. Man-to-man defense for Delaware State. Boggs sets a screen.
Spread the floor.
Far sideline Okaru, down low to Boggs, saves it. To Okaru, now to Pridgeon at the elbow, back to Okaru. Right corner three is no good, and Kent climbs the ladder to get the rebound for the Hornets.
Shot didn't go down, but the look was there.
And good ball movement that time once again for UNCW. Robinson left of the paint, spins, gives it off to Carter. Carter looks inside, back to Robinson, instead on the perimeter. Trying to get it to Smith, it's kicked by Pridgeon. 12 on the shot clock, they'll put it now to 20 on the kick ball. Pridgeon again active. 10.6 rebounds coming off the bench for Pridgeon.
And again, Mike, for a team that we were told would look for that three-point shot consistently, hasn't been there this afternoon.
Well, they've only attempted 8. They're 2 of 8. Looking down low again for Smith to keep it out front here. Robinson, 7 on the shot clock, bounces it to Carter. Smith sets the screen and rolls to the basket. Carter will step back, take the three. It's no good. Smith had it, lost it. Rebound Okaru. Okaru down the floor, and now it's going to be a technical for Eric Skeeters. You wanted a foul on the shot by Smith, and Ramey Steins will tee up Eric Skeeters.
Well, I think more than that, I think he wanted the grab on the offensive rebound attempt. No call was made. So again, it's been a 7-0 run since the teams came out of the break. And a chance here to add to the lead. So it'll be free throws and possession.
First free throw good for Gadsden. Getting to the stripe quite a bit. Gadsden 8 for 8 from the free throw line as he hits those two. That's also a team foul as well. So 3 team fouls on the technical foul by Eric Skeeters, a third-year head coach.
So, Mike, I think your observation, when Delaware State's running the offense, the guards aren't even looking for the shot. They're just looking down low every time.
Feed to Pridgeon. Pridgeon double pump fake there. They shot a little bit short, though. Smith the rebound. 52-31 UNCW, largest lead of this game. Robinson jumper is no good. Pridgeon kept it alive. Gadsden up with it for UNCW, and he's fouled near sideline by Martaz Robinson. The third foul on Robinson. Now the 4th team foul here for Delaware State, and that'll bring us to a timeout. 15:54 left, second half. The Seahawks 9-0 to start this second half. They lead at 52-31. It's UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got 2. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip. Get your ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got 2. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip.
Hampton Inn University and Hampton Inn and Suites Landfall Park are proud UNCW Seahawks sponsors. Award-winning hotels providing rooms, suites, catering, and meeting rooms. Ask for the Seahawks Special. Call 910-509-0005. That's 910-509-0005 or hamptoninn.com and support the Seahawks.
It's bow time. Round here, if it's worth doing right. Like the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich. We're talking massive, juicy chicken breasts, tumbled in bold and golden hand breading, and served up with punchy, thick-cut pickles, tangy mayo, and toasted buttered buns. Sure, there's a few shortcuts out there, but the right way just tastes better. Try the all-new Bo's Chicken Sandwich for $3.99, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and $1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now get F-150 with up to $11,000 in total savings, including $1,000 trade assist on top of your eligible trade-in. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
15:54, UNCW leads at 52-31. So it was 11-0 start to the first half. Right now, 9-0 start to the second half, which tells you, number one, Marty, the ball movement is better, the offense a little bit better here, and the defense is certainly solid right now as well for UNCW.
Well, I think the team was focused coming out of the break here at halftime. I'm sure they received some pretty strong instruction. And then I think they were very focused coming out to open the game. Now let's see how the last 15 minutes plays out.
Gadsden, top of the key to Boggs, near sideline to Sims. Boggs cuts, gets it back in the left block. Double team comes, kicks it out to Sims. 15 on the shot clock as Sims will drive in, loses it. Brought away by Delaware State. The push ahead to Wiley. Low pass to Robinson. Boy, he had a 2-on-1 break there. The pass just unfortunately was not good for Delaware State, but Eric Skeeters, you can see there, liked at least the intensity and the tempo for his Hornets.
Yeah, that was a tough break. All of a sudden, you're running full speed down the floor, and you attempt that bounce pass that was somewhere in between, led to the turnover.
So the Seahawks get it back up 52-31. Sims drives to the free throw line. In the right corner, Okaru. Three is short, long rebound, but away from the ball. Kent, the hard box out on Boggs, whistled for a personal foul. So Zach Kent, Tennessee transfer, picks up his first, the team's fifth. Kent, the sophomore from Magnolia, Delaware, played 2 games at Tennessee last season.
So the Seahawks went to the line pretty frequently here in the first half. Looks like they'll be to the line for most of the second half. If Del State's foul troubles continue, they're 1 away from the bonus.
Driving left is Gadsden. Left of the paint, he'll lean in as no help came, and he'll just bank it in. Gadsden, 16 points here for him, 11 since halftime, and it's 54-31. Fragala, right side to Wiley, looking for Kent. He'll get in the right baseline, jabs right, moves it left, fade away in the paint, rattling in the shot is Zach Kent. First points of the night for the sophomore off the bench.
First points for Del State here in the second half.
54-33, 14:37 left. All UNCW here in this second frame. Boggs fakes a handoff, drives right past Kent and lays it off the glass. Boggs now with 9. UNCW up 56-33. Quick three, left side is no good for Delaware State. Rebound for Sims. Eyes up, trying to get the ball down the floor. Crosses over, drives in, hangs in the air. The shot no good. Rebound off the rim for Omari Peak Green. Left side now to Robinson. Robinson flips it up as he goes in unimpeded. Martez Robinson makes it 56-35. Gadsden, quick three, right side, back iron, and then falls through for Ty Gadsden. Got the friendly bounce and roll here at home. Just the second home game all season long. Seahawks up 59-35. Wiley working between the circles, goes left off the screen from Kent and rolls to the basket, gets it down low and will dunk it in. A mismatch with Gadsden on him. He got hung up on the screen. So Kent, 4 quick points for the Hornets, makes it 59-37, 13:28 left in the second. Sims to Boggs, top of the key. Shot fake, got Kent off his feet. He'll drive in, scoop it up, but before that, contact. And they're going to call it the blocking foul on Peak Green, his second and the 6th on Delaware State, to put Boggs to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So Boggs goes to the line, Mike, in many ways because the Seahawks have shown here in the second half that they will take and make the perimeter shot. So the defender goes for the fake. That'll leads to the drive, and Boggs to the free throw strike. Seahawks 17 of 21 before this attempt.
18 of 22. UNCW 6 times, Marty. They have made more free throws than their opponents have attempted. They're 4-2 in those games and trending toward that here. They've got 18 makes, while Delaware State has 14 attempts.
Yeah, and again, the fact that they've already been to the line 22 times, that speaks well. That shows you're drawing some contact underneath, and you know that's a winning combination. Go to the free throw stripe, especially with the lead, and you know down the stretch with 13 minutes and change still to go, Seahawks will probably spend a lot of time at that stripe as Delaware State tries to inch back into this one.
Both free throws good for Boggs. He's the 4th Seahawk now in double figures. 19 for Gadsden, 13 Sims, 11 Boggs, 10 for Pridgett. 61-37 UNCW, 13:15 left in the second half.
Seahawks have outscored Delaware State 18-6 here in the second 20.
Nice pass here, but traveling violation on Bennett. He pump faked. Marty, he should have just gone straight up and he would have had maybe a dunk or at least an easy layup.
Yeah, but I think he knew Pridgett was behind him and was worried about getting the shot blocked. Instead, doesn't even get the shot up. There's a nice roll.
Yeah, nice. The pick and roll for Pridgett, gets a feed from Sims, and Pridgett scores for the first time in this half, 63-37 UNCW. Regala looking the wing to Pete Green, keeps it away from Gadsden, keeps it in bounds as well. Wiley right back to Pete Green, looking down low to Bennett. He's covered up, he'll take it himself, will Pete Green. The shot in traffic, no good. Pridgett the rebound, bounces ahead to Sims. Sims near sideline, Gadsden, feet set, 3, no good. Follow off the glass for John Bowen on the right side. John Bowen, a big tap in, 65-37 UNCW, 12:19 left.
20-6 run here in the second half.
Wiley, the pass fake, freed him up for the three, but it wouldn't go down. Pridgeon the rebound instead, inching toward a double-double. He's got 8 boards, 12 points.
Mike, remember how uncomfortable this game felt in the last moments of that first half? Totally different contest right now.
Leaning in, Gallo gets the jumper in transition. Junior from Chantilly, Virginia, makes it 65-39. Under 12 to go in the second half. Yeah, the pace has certainly picked up for UNCW. As Sims now gives to Gadsden. Looking down low for Bowen. They keep her on the perimeter instead. Okaru will take a three from the wing. It's short. Tracked down by Bennett for Delaware State.
Don't know if that's his shot.
Down the floor, left side, Wiley. Wiley loses it, scooped up by Okaru. Saved on the far sideline of Bowen. Now to Pridgeon. Pridgeon will drive, knock it over bodies, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Pridgeon, he's 6'5", he's 210. He's got the finesse of a guard, but he's got the body of a linebacker, and he just knocks over the defender and picks up the foul. That will bring us to another timeout. 11:18 left. We're in the second half. UNCW up 65-39. Back in a moment. It's UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
As media and advertising continues to evolve, your business advertising needs to evolve with it. Sunrise Broadcasting will help you coordinate between all the different media platforms and deliver a hyper-effective, brand-building, customer-generating program all in one. Sunrise Broadcasting, your one-stop shop for results. For information, call General Manager Valerie Brooks at 910-632-2114. Again, 910-632-2114.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
You can't know someone has COVID-19 just by looking at them. Anyone can get it. But while you can't know who is carrying the virus, you should know that everyone who wears a mask has a reason to fight it. Whatever your reason, get behind the mask.
Okay. She's the one, and you know it. At Reeds.com, we're making it easy to find the perfect ring from home. With helpful advice from our online jewelry experts, safe and discreet shipping, and beautiful ring packaging, you'll be confident the moment will be as perfect for her as she is for you. As a trusted jeweler for over 70 years, Reed's Jewelers will be here to make both of you feel like family. Long after she says yes.
11:18 left, second half. Inside Trask Coliseum, UNCW leads at 65-39. All Seahawks here in the second frame. Outscoring the Hornets 22-8.
And Mike out-rebounding the Hornets now in the game. +9, +2 on the offensive side. Remember they had only 3 assists at the break? They've got 6 now. They've doubled that number in the first 9 minutes.
Wiley on the left wing for Delaware State. Hornets ball coming out of the timeout and knocked away and stolen now by Gadsden. Gadsden on the break. Gadsden lays it up and in. Ty Gadsden, a huge second half. 21 points now for the senior out of Charlotte. Back the other way, a near block for Jenkins on the attempt by Bennett. Bennett will get to the free throw line as Jenkins picks up the second foul. Let's get a look at that steal and layup again for Gadsden.
Great anticipation. Good job. You know, we talk about the importance at the offensive end for the guards to keep their eyes down the floor. Good job that time by Gadsden at the defensive end, anticipating the pass, and like a guard just jumping into the lane.
Bennett gets the first of 2 free throw attempts. 3 points for the junior out of Richmond. Starting center every game last year, and the same can be said about this year right now for Bennett.
That's the team's 5th steal, played by Gadsden.
free throw good. 67-41. UNCW leads it. 10:52 left. Sims, Okaru, Jenkins, Tollfree, and Bowen, the 5 for UNCW. Sims on the far sideline gives to Okaru against some pressure in the backcourt. Off the Tollfree near sideline, back to Okaru. Work it to Sims. Near sideline again to Tollfree. Sims has Delaware State. Looks like a little matchup zone. Sims far sideline. Okaru 3 on the way is too hard. Bowen kept it alive, diving for it. Last touch by Bowen out of bounds. And Delaware State will get it back.
So you mentioned leading into the second half the importance of that kick-out pass. We're seeing that here in the second half. Delaware State collapses on the drive, and then in many ways both wings are open for a clear look.
Robinson on a drive, goes left, hangs in the air, banks it in, attacking Bowen that time. A nice play for Martez Robinson, who's up to 6 points. 67-43 UNCW, nearing 10 minutes left. Tollfree with the gold kicks on, gets it out front to Sims. Near sideline, Tollfree into Okaru to Bowen. Bowen reverse layup, good. Great ball movement there, Marty, to get a nice reverse layup from John Bowen.
And when was the last time on the sequence you saw 2 bounce passes in the lane leading to the open shot?
69-43, 9:40 left. UNCW's 7th assist leading to the bucket by Bowen. Driving on Bowen, flipped up the shot was Robinson. It's short, rebound Okaru, now to Sims. Sims drives in. The contact will get him to the free throw line.
So a good job by Sims. I don't know if we'll get a look at it on the replay, but he did a good job forcing the play just with his eyes. They had the 2-on-1 break, looked to the player open to the side. The defender kind of shifted over there, and then he just continued to take it to the basket, and he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws. A really solid 10.5 minutes coming out of that break.
Sims to the free throw line for the first time in this half, and he hits the first.
So, Mike,
first point as well, Marty, for Sims in the half.
One shot doesn't turn a game around, but that three-pointer to close the first half was the difference between a lead that was 9 or the lead that was 12. And I think they built off of that coming into the break.
Yeah, I think psychologically as a team trailing by 9 as opposed to double figures seems a whole lot different. So you're right, that was a big 3 by Pridgeon right before the half. 2 free throws for Sims. He exits. Dodd on the floor now. 71-43 UNCW, 9:21 to go. Robinson circles it out, gives to Carter. Carter into the paint, steps back to the free throw line and hits the shot. Miles Carter with 8 points, first 2 of the second half for the senior out of Philadelphia. 71-45 UNCW. Nearing 9 minutes left now in this second frame.
Token pressure.
Okaru gives it to Pridgeon. Inside to Jenkins, traveled with it after he passed, or actually before he passed it to Tollfree, and a turnover there for Jenkins, who saw Tollfree on the corner of his eye wide open from 3-point distance.
That's the 12th team turnover. Del State has turned it over 13 times. Again, Del State averaging almost 20 turnovers through the first 4 games. UNCW averaging in the area 13.
Robinson moves it right to the wing, to the hands of Pete Green. He'll take a 3. It's no good. Good box out by Dodd. Rebound brought away by Harvey. Back on the floor with 4 personal fouls. Harvey off to Tollfree. Now to Majay Dodd in the right block. Double team comes, finds Jenkins in the corner, spots up the 3. It's the side of the backboard. Rebound brought away by Tollfree, but a foul, says Keith Fogelman. Whistled on Ronald Lucas. He's number 10, as is Harvey, but it is on Delaware State's 10. Lucas picks up his 4th personal foul. It's the 8th team foul now for the Hornets, and the Seahawks in the bonnet. Majay Dodd will have a 1-and-1 opportunity.
So again, the Seahawks will now go to the line with every whistle. Dodd to the line for the second time. I believe he missed his first 2.
And Dodd now 2 for 5 on the year from the charity stripe, and the first one clips the front of the iron and goes through. First point of the night for Dodd. So Tollfree and Jenkins, the only Seahawks to not score so far tonight. All 10 UNCW players dressed, playing here in this game. Both free throws good for Dodd. 73-45, 8:25 left. Out front, Carter gets a screen from Kent. Gallen goes left, runner from the free throw line extended is good. And it's 73-47 now, 8:08 to go in the second.
That almost looked like a shot that you call on horse, you know, the fake and then with the right foot in the air, let it fly.
In the backyard or on the driveway, you miss it, then you pick it back up, saying that's all part of it, right? Tofari, the bounce pass through the legs of Brent Jenkins. Not that I would do that. It goes out of bounds. A turnover for UNCW. A turnover that brings us to a timeout. 7:52 left. We're in the second half. UNCW looking to take control of this one. They're up 73-47. UNCW basketball on Flow Sports and the Breeze.
Randy612 writes, if you like boneless wings, you dirty. Thanks for the input, Rand Man. But B-Dubs completely reinvented their boneless wings. First, they packed them with so much meat, vegans are writing letters, and I've got the meat sweats. Then they marinated them until they're so juicy it doesn't make sense anymore. Hey, poster boy, your basement isn't going anywhere. So get to B-Dubs for the new boneless wings. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
Kennedy's Real Estate Services wants to help you with your real estate needs. Tim Kennedy has been your friendly neighbor for years, serving New Hanover, Pender, and Brunswick counties since 1994. Tim is a full-service broker which can help you find a home or sell your home, management services such as association management as well as long-term rentals. He is also a state-certified appraiser. He's on the web at CANADYRES.com or give him a call at 799-1068.
From sporty SUVs to rugged and dependable trucks, the Ford lineup has something for everyone, and Capital Ford makes it easy to find the right one for you. Shop online at CapitalFordOfWilmington.com. That's CapitalFordOfWilmington.com, where you'll find over 2,000 new and used vehicles to choose from. You can fill out a finance application, get a quote for your trade, and even complete your purchase completely online. Or come see us on Oleander Drive. And remember, if you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
7:52 left, second half. UNCW leads 73-47. Mike McCarroll, Marty Fear with you. On the Warrentown production crew as well. You see the very good ball movement to get that reverse layup for John Bowen. Probably the best offensive play maybe we've seen here in this second half for UNCW.
So Del State is averaging, giving up 100 points or so a game. See how the Seahawks play this last 7:52. They're at 73-47, and just a totally different feel to this offense here in the second half.
UNCW comes in the top scoring team in the conference, over 79 points a game. Getting close to that here. Down low to Kent. Kent gathers it in, will take a shot over Pridgeon, bounces around and falls through. Kent at 6'10". Always has a good look, especially going up against the 6'5" Joe Pridgeon.
Not a lot of bulk, but does a good job protecting the ball with his frame.
73-49, 7:18 left. Harvey's been working as the point guard here with Okaru and others on the bench, and he lobs it up to Dodd. Dodd says, yeah, you're a pretty good point guard right there. 75-49 UNCW. The lob down low to Kent, but it's out of his reach. Oh, saved into Kent. He'll hammer it home with two hands. Nice job by Robinson as that ball looked like it was going out of bounds, but Robinson stayed with it. 75-51, UNCW leads by 24. They trap Harvey on the near sideline, gets it away to Pridgeon, and bounces it back to Harvey. 6:42 to go. 2-3 zone here for Delaware State. Deflected pass to Harvey. Gets a screen from Pridgeon. Pulls up from 15. Off the mark right there. Jenkins, a putback is good for Jenkins. So now just Tolfree, the only Seahawk yet to score in this game with 6:22 to go. UNCW leads 77-51. Regala drives, leans in, and banks it in. Averages 8 points a game, 10 in the last game of Georgia Tech. It's 77-53, 6:07 to go.
Back to the man.
Harvey defended by Wiley. Near sideline, flips it to Pridgeon. Now to Dodd, right side Tolfree, 9 on the shot clock. Tolfree will drive to the baseline, drop it to Dodd, knocked away out of bounds by the defense. It'll stay with UNCW. 5 seconds left on the shot clock here for the Seahawks. Baseline right, Tolfree into Harvey. Harvey jump shot around and out. Rebound Pridgeon, though, in traffic, brought it down and is tied up. It'll be Delaware State basketball.
Well, there's only one white jersey with 3 Delaware State players around the ball, but Pridgeon came up with the ball, got tied up. Again, he's got the mentality in many ways of a guard, but he's got that body of a forward and doesn't mind mixing it up down low.
77-53 UNCW, 5:40 to go.
Quickness of a guard too, does he not?
He does. Wiley, right elbow, bounces it to Robinson. Man-to-man for UNCW throughout this game. Down low. They get the ball to Lucas, trying to back down against Sims. Spins to the paint, has it blocked away by Dodd. Dodd gets it out front, now to Robinson, back inside as Robinson hits the deck. And he's fouled by Tolfree, the first on Tolfree, the 16th foul for UNCW, so no free throws just yet for Delaware State.
So in a tight game, you want to teach Dodd not to save that ball and throw it back at the offensive end, because that led to an opportunity for Delaware State. We got to like the hustle.
Robinson out front to Carter. Set it up with 15 on the shot clock, and we're going the other way, says Ramey Steins. A foul on Lucas, looking to set up down low. Ronald Lucas will foul out of this game. 19th foul as well.
Something about the number 10 today. Drawing personal.
Exactly. So Lucas fouls out, and the number 10 for UNCW, Harvey, has 4.
And again, it should be free throws. No, I'm sorry. Called the offensive foul.
Yeah, offensive foul, so the Seahawks will inbound from the baseline opposite their basket. Pridgeon, Harvey, Tolfree, Dodd, and Jenkins. A 5 for UNCW.
That's a different combination we haven't seen a lot this afternoon.
As I mentioned, Harvey, your point guard with this 5. Hands off to Pridgeon. To Jenkins near sideline, to Tolfree on the left wing. Dodd top of the key. Gives it off to Pridgeon, rolls to the basket. Out front, Jenkins, 9 on the shot clock. Tolfree gets it, drops it to Dodd. Dodd right side. Dodd will bank it in. Battling against the 6'10", Zach Kent. 79-53. Back the other way. Dodd will block it away out of bounds. So Dodd, a couple of blocks here as of late, playing some good defense. And, that type of play is what's going to earn him some more minutes here.
Yeah, they want him to be physical. And that time on the block, he kind of spiked it right back into the floor.
Regula, far sideline. Gets it off to Robinson. Robinson into the corner now to Kent. Kent 3 is all net. Zach Kent coming alive here. A career high 11 points, all those coming in the second half. 79-56. Jenkins to Pridgeon, top of the key, Dodd. Your sideline to Harvey.
Again, Tolfree, the only Seahawk yet to scratch the scorer's column.
Has it here, spins, loses it, recovers, and then hits the deck.
So he'll go to the line.
Yeah, knocked over here by Kent. So the second foul on Kent, 10th team foul, 2 free throws for Brian Tolfree, the junior from Lawrence, Kansas. Seahawks up 79-56, 4:04 left. Again, all 10 Seahawks available playing in this game. Toll-free looking to get in the scoring column. Comes up empty here. One more, though.
Seahawks 23 of 28. And again, just the opportunity to go to the line 13 more times in the visiting Hornets.
Hits the second one and does put him in the scoring column now. That miss was the first miss of the half from the free throw line. The Seahawks 13 of 14 in this second half, 93%. Poked away in the backcourt by Toll-free. He can go get it. Delaware State instead tracks it down in the backcourt. 3 straight on, no good. Jenkins a rebound for UNCW. Hands it off to Harvey. Harvey down the right side. Harvey stutter dribble, drives to the baseline. Boy, up in the air, nowhere to go. Hit the bottom side of the backboard, but right there for the rebound and putback was Joe Pridgeon to clean things up for the freshman. And we're at a break in the action here. A quick timeout taken with 3:31 to go. The Seahawks up 82-56. Back in just a moment. All UNCW. UNCW basketball here on Flow Sports and The Breeze.
Hampton Inn University and Hampton Inn and Suites Landfall Park are proud UNCW Seahawks sponsors. Award-winning hotels providing rooms, suites, catering, and meeting rooms. Ask for the Seahawks Special. Call 910-509-0005. That's 910-509-0005 or hamptoninn.com and support the Seahawks.
Did you wake up craving a made-from-scratch biscuit topped with tender prime rib and a fried egg? How about now? The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3 pound Angus beef patties. The Monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got 2. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip. Get your ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got 2. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip.
Short on cash? Have unwanted gold or silver? Bring it to Pawn USA. We're North Carolina's premier gold and silver buyer since 1980. Pawn USA will give you the best price in town on your gold, silver, or jewelry. You'll also save money on our wide selection of merchandise, including jewelry, electronics, tools, guns, musical instruments, and more. Don't forget, we cash payroll and income tax refund checks and have millions to lend for most items of value. Don't let life get you down. Get the money you need when you need it at Pawn USA, where the customer is always treated like family, and the service speaks for itself.
3:31 left. We're in the second half. UNCW leads at 82-56. Samaj Dodd, some good minutes here in this second half. He's got 6 points in this game, all in the second frame. And again, for Takeo Siddle, seeing some different combinations, Marty, and different players getting some minutes to prove maybe, hey, I need more minutes. So we'll see what they can continue to do here with 3:27 left.
And Mike, Seahawks averaging a little over 79 points a game. They're at 82 right now, giving up about 73 a game. Del State at 56.
Did a good job Monday, only 59 for Campbell. Kent, he's been hot though. A jump shot, the free throw line for Zach Kent. 13 points all in this half for the sophomore, the transfer from Tennessee, having a career day here in the second frame. Makes it 82-58, 3 minutes to go.
Almost plays like one of the European big men, you know? Not physical, but likes to face up.
Left block to Dodd, to the cutter Bowen, and he's foul going up for the shot. And foul on Pete Green, his third. And Kent getting some extended minutes with Bennett, who injured the hip earlier. He's on the bike at the end of the bench for Delaware State. So it's been Kent, and he's taking advantage of his time on the floor as Bowen hits the first of 2 free throw attempts.
So, Mike, in this very unique season, a unique break for UNCW. Kids go home, then they've got to come back, get back into practice, and get ready for conference play. But as you mentioned in the pregame show, really, first time they've been home, a lot of them, with their family for months.
Yeah, they'll go home. They'll be back on Sunday, and they'll get tested. Will be the first thing they do before they get back out on the floor. 1-2-2 zone for the first time here for UNCW, up 83-58, 2:35 and counting. The ball knocked away right back to the passer, Carter. Off to Wiley. Wiley will drive in. Floater with the right hand, no good. Right there is Kent again.
He's a scoring machine.
He is. Zach Kent.
But you mentioned Wiley's name. We have not heard his name a lot in the second half. Give the Seahawks credit defensively.
Yeah, 10 points for Pinky Wiley, all coming in the first frame. 83-60 UNCW, up by 23 with the ball back. Dodd in traffic, kicks it out to Jenkins. Shot fake of the arc, he'll drive inside, hang in the air, flips it up, he scores and gets fouled as well. The Seahawk bench explodes. Seeing the walk-on getting to the bucket and getting a chance at a three-point play.
Take another look at it, but again, give Dodd credit. He was physical underneath, got position, then led to the kick out. And he does a smart thing, too. He sees Jenkins about to drive, so he pulls out of the lane. That brings the defender with him and opens up the seam, and Jenkins' chance to get a three-point play the old way.
Call the foul on Kent, his third, and the free throw is good for Jenkins. Less than 2 minutes to go, 86-60. UNCW leads by 26. Wiley underhands to Pete Green near sideline. Trap comes, passes out of it to Wiley. UNCW back in the zone near sideline in the corner. Up the sideline now to Kent. Back right side, Pete Green launching a three, and it's all net. Omari Pete Green, sophomore from Cincinnati, scores for the first time in the second half. He's got 10 for the game, and it's 86-63. UNCW up with 1:29 left. Bowen between the circles. Now the hands of Harvey. Man-to-man for the Hornets as Harvey backs it away. 10 on the shot clock. Drives it left as he denies a screen from Dodd. Skips it across the floor looking for Tolfree, but he threw it right to Kurt Kanaski. Assistant coach. Played at LaSalle, played for the Warriors. And the coaching once he was cut by the Warriors. 86-63. As we hit the 1 minute mark here in this second half. UNCW looking to go to 6-3 to start the year. Kent drives, Kent pulls up. Kent misses as it caroms to the right side of Harvey. Right to left for UNCW over the stripe. And Harvey will slow things down. Dodd setting a screen for Harvey, goes to the top of the key. Off to Tolfree. Tolfree to the free throw line. Lost it, but fouled by Wiley. Second on Wiley. More free throws coming up for Tolfree and UNCW. The Seahawks 26 of 32 from the stripe. 81% shooting from the free throw line.
So, Mike, the Seahawks will hit the break with a 3-game win streak. Winners of 4 of their last 5. As you mentioned, a winning non-conference record. And I think the bigger picture, we've seen this team, I think, get better and more confident each game out.
Well, you look at last year, total of 10 wins for UNCW, and already a chance, looking a lot like they'll get their 6th before the new year. So certainly making some strides in his first season as Takeo Siddle with this club, and these kids buying in as well to the way he wants them to play.
So in the preseason CAA poll, Seahawks down towards the bottom. I really think they're going to be competitive and surprise a lot of folks once we hit league play. And I think playing back-to-back games will help this team as far as the pace and how they play defense.
A well-conditioned team. 87-63. Wiley misses the shot. The rebound and the shot blocked as Bennett was going up with that. Blocked by Bowen. Foul, though, near sideline. Actually, it'll be on Bennett for Delaware State. So the second personal foul on Bennett, and more free throws for UNCW with 16.1 seconds left. And our chance to wish everybody watching and listening a happy holiday, and certainly hope that you are safe. And if you do get a chance to spend some time with your family, certainly be safe with doing that as well. It is a different type of holiday season, to say the least, as Harvey misses the first of 2 free throw attempts.
Mike, interesting when you look at league play playing back-to-back like that, It's not exactly the same, but it's almost like winning that first game. In baseball, you want to win the first game of the doubleheader. I think that Saturday game, once we hit league play, is going to be paramount to teams.
Harvey missed them both, 87-63, 8 seconds to go. Kent 3 left wing, no good. Tolfree the rebound, and he will just let the clock expire here, and the Seahawks will wrap up the non-conference slate with another victory. 87-63 your final score, so a really good start to the season here for Takeo Siddle as he and Eric Skeeters chat things over.